soon after Hasina came back to power, there was another very popular movement against her, the India Out campaign, which was carried out online, but also on the streets. There were people out, raiding shops, checking whether they're keeping Indian products, and it just did not stop at FMCG. Even Bangladeshi actors and actresses who come to India to be part of Bengali cinema from West Bengal, and sometimes Hindi cinema in Bombay, even there were boycott calls for them. So, and when you look back at the kind of violence that went through the revolution. Now, revolutions can become violent, very gaudy. You saw the Nepal movement where the former prime minister's wife was burnt alive. But I have not seen any revolution where policemen are targeted and then killed, hacked to death. Then they're stripped and hung from bridges. That's a very specific kind of messaging, which I don't think very emotionally violent outbursts by students do. Then there were sniper calls that were later found out. In fact, a very senior retired officer in the Bangladesh army, he was taking a procession, towards Ganobhavan, and he got a call on his mobile phone saying that don't progress any further. There's a sniper looking at you, you'll be shot. Now, who made that call? That was not from anybody in the administration or from the Bangladesh military or even from the Bangladesh police. Who made that call? Who were those snipers who specifically targeted civilians and children who were not ordered to do so by Sheikh Hasina's administration, but which made the people of Bangladesh extremely angry because children were killed. So to call it just a students' movement or students' revolution, I think would be faulty. I don't want to say things like, there's a foreign hand, this and that. I mean, those things are very easily bandied about on X and other places. But was it just students who came out in large numbers across Bangladesh to bring down a government? The answer is no. We have enough and more questions raised already about how it was very well orchestrated, how there were various layers. Of course, in the first rung, there were the students, but there were various layers. In fact, the infiltration into even the Army League. One of the things that was very startling, which I mentioned in the book, is a very prominent Chhatro League, which is the Army League student wing. Chhatro League leader in Dhaka University came out and said he basically is a Jamaati, belongs to Jamaat student wing. He has been posing all these years as a Army League student, and now that the job is done and Army League is out of the political fray, he can come out and say that he belongs to the Jamaat. So yeah, the first part of what you asked me, sir, is was it a spontaneous students' revolution? No, it wasn't. And what happened after? I mentioned the disenchantment with the students and the students' party that came out of the uprising. But I think there's been total chaos. And I think if I have to sum it up, I think if one thing is not chaotic and one thing is moving with some amount of certainty, it's the way Jamaat is spreading its wings across Bangladeshi society and politics. It is not just what they're doing electorally, how powerful they are becoming as a political outfit. It's also how they are now the de facto system in Bangladesh, from the judiciary to academia to the media. You have people from the Jamaat replacing any other person with a different ideological bent. In fact, now that the Army League is out, I think the biggest threat to the Bangladesh Nationalist Party, who till a few months ago was widely believed to sweep the next election, is the Jamaat. You now already have poll predictions, and sometimes by former foreign diplomats in Bangladesh who have retired long ago, American diplomats, who now say that it's a free and fair elections.
Weren't those American diplomats part of the regime change operations also?
I won't.
So I'm not surprised. So I think we should take them seriously when they are saying who is going to win these. They've already decided who's going to win the free and fair election. So I guess it's going to be I think it's going to be more free than fair.
It's going to be more free than fair, and I think it's surprising how if elections do take place on February 12th, which is a scheduled date, how can you already call it a free and fair election? And it is yet to happen. 2 months, Army League is out. Gentleman argues, and not just him. There are many others who argue that the Army League should win back the trust of people before it can enter the political fray. But I think, like I said, one thing that has been consistent.
You know, since Bangladesh is East Pakistan, in the West Pakistan, it is said that when the elections happened after Ziaul Haq's death, it was said that these elections were perfectly free and fair.
Yeah.
They were fair till 9 o'clock in the morning. After that, they became free.
Yeah.
So I suppose the Bangladesh elections are likely to go in the same way.
Yeah, and the scary bit is the acting chairperson of the Bangladesh Nationalist Party, the son of General Ziaur Rahman and Khaleda Zia, the first female Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Tariq Rahman, is just not coming back to Dhaka. I mean, every month I hear, and I don't hear. I mean, he writes on Facebook that he's going to come back. Last I saw that he's going to come back in the next 15 days. He said he'd most definitely come back in November. We are now in December. I mean, he's too scared to come back. So imagine.
But is that apprehension of his security genuine, or is it paranoia?
The Home Advisor in the interim regime has given an assurance that there will be security provided to anybody who wants to come back.
Yeah, so at Benazir Bhutto had also been given those assurances. That's fine.
Yeah, so you can understand how chaotic it is if the chairman of the biggest political party right now, with Army League out, is scared to come back home. It says something about the state of chaos in Bangladesh that the acting chairperson doesn't feel secure enough to come back.
Okay, very quickly, Deep, before I go to Ambassador Sikri. Now, given the kind of scene which you've portrayed, do you think if at all elections are held, assuming they are either free or fair or free and fair, whatever might the case be, it will bring about any degree of stability, or do you think we are going to see prolonged upheaval in Bangladesh for the foreseeable future? Very quickly.
I think we are entering a reign of terror and chaos in Bangladesh, because there is we can debate the extent of the electorate, but there is an electorate the Army League still holds, and I think it's not going to be easy between the Bangladesh Nationalist Party and the Jamaat and other political players. So I think extortion is already there. Economy is falling. Rape stats are horrific. Last 1 year, the kind of videos I've woken up to from my sources on the ground, I now have to mute them every morning. Hacking, rapes, and now rape videos are very rampant in Bangladesh. They are not just being raped. The question of minorities is a whole different matter altogether. I mean, it's almost no point talking about it anymore. I think we are entering a very dangerous phase.